Hi Chris, thanks very much for the email. You've given me model number VHC91B and it's a Hoover. Sometimes after the model number you end up with a slash and you might have 80. So I presume it's an 80 model because you did give me the incomplete model. You say you've replaced the circuit board, but you didn't tell me, firstly, if it was a new or second-hand board that you've replaced. Now, you had no lights illuminating, and you tell me that the lights are all illuminating now, but it's not functioning correctly. Now, you did say you had water damage on the previous circuit board, which can lead to bad connections on the terminals going onto the board. So you want to inspect them. But firstly, I want to point out, whenever you're buying a circuit board for a tumble dryer or washing machine, you need to make sure that they are programmed for your specific model of machine. So you want to double check that you bought the correct circuit board. You didn't tell me if you bought new or second hand. Now, if you've bought a second hand board, but it's not functioning correctly, that might be the problem because the circuit board was faulty when you purchased it. Other things you can check is you can use a multimeter to test each individual wire going to the circuit board from their specific component, and do a continuity check on each wire to make sure that you've got a good connection going to the board and you know the wire is good. You're also saying you're suspecting the NTC sensor could be a problem. Now, I've actually created you a web page which I've put in the description for you this morning. This has got the wiring diagram and exploded views of the machine, and I've also put on there relevant videos to your problem. But the problem being is I did have a look at the manufacturer's workshop manual, and there was nothing there at all with giving me the values of the NTC sensor at certain temperatures. Most manufacturers actually produce a chart that says the ohms reading at 20 degrees should be X, and at 25 degrees it should be Y. They haven't given me that, so I'm unable to pass that on to you. You also wanted to know about the other thermostats that are on the machine. Well, I've put an exploded diagram up on the page for you so you can see where all the components are. There's normally one or two thermostats on top of the heater at the back of the machine. One is normally a cutout thermostat, which means it's there for the safety of the machine. If the machine gets too hot, it will go open circuit and stay open circuit until that thermostat is replaced. That is there for safety purposes, and it would normally blow at somewhere in the region of about 140, 150 degrees. Might even be higher, depends on the model of the machine, of course, and I didn't have that information. The other thermostat is called a cycling thermostat. This may cycle at between 60 and 80 degrees, depending on the heating unit, and this is designed to turn the heater on and off to maintain the airflow. On more modern machines, by the way, they have changed some of these now to other NTCs, which basically tell the circuit board what temperature it is at to control the temperature. Anyway, I've put all the relevant information on the web page for you this morning with associated videos to assist you. And there is a link on the page to all the parts that you need for your machine if you find that you've got a fault with an NTC sensor or the thermostat. But make sure you use the full model number off the identification plate. It is very important to use your full model number off the identification plate. This is normally inside the door or on the back of the machine. Anyway, I'm here in Holland at the moment and it's been drizzling outside, so I'm having to film inside the camper for you. I'm on my way back from the IFA trade show in Berlin, and I've been there a week. I've spent a week traveling up there, visiting some manufacturing plants and other bits and pieces. Hoover were displaying there. They have stopped predominantly making condenser dryers and vented dryers now. They're really pushing on the heat pump tumble dryers, which I'm not convinced at. The savings that you get with the heat pump tumble dryers does not really benefit the customer when it comes to the lifespan of the machine. But I did notice they've changed a lot of the filter systems now on the new tumble dryers and double filtering them. because they realise they've got a problem with fluff getting into the evaporator plates and the condensing plates. Anyway, thanks very much for your email. I hope I managed to assist you in some way. Goodbye from Holland.